Good evening, everybody. So, I'm doing the Homemaker Tag. I'm a stay at home mom. One of the fellow YouTubers I watch was doing this and put a shout out to anybody who would like to do it. So, I will put a link to her channel, Living Allison, down below, and we will answer the same questions. So, question number one: have you ever had anyone say anything negative about you being a stay at home mom? Yes and no. Nothing completely negative, but more of like, I don't know how you do it, or, oh, I couldn't do that. I couldn't stay at home with my kids all day. They would drive me nuts. Or more of like, oh, you're just a stay at home mom. Like, you're just a homemaker. You're just at home all day. You must be sitting on the couch all day eating bonbons or whatever. And they'll do that as a running joke, which does hurt feelings and stuff like that. I became a stay at home mom after my youngest was born with a disability, and I didn't think it was right for me to go back to working overnights and have all of her therapies being done at daycare, even though we had a great daycare provider who was completely willing to have these specialists come into her home. And I really did not want to be away from her. So we looked at our finances, and even the cost of daycare was going to be taking the most of my income, even though I worked overnights and I have a degree from college for it. At the time, I was making pretty good money 15 years ago at $13.60 an hour, but I would have been paying I was paying $40 a day for one kid in daycare, and for two kids, I'd be paying two times 40, so about $80, and I would only be taking home about 120, so I'd be taking home another $40. So it really wasn't worth it. Not seeing my kids, not seeing my husband, and having to work overnights and being exhausted all the time, anyways. So got distracted off that question a bit. But the next question is, what is your least favorite part of being a stay at home mom? Well, my least favorite part of being a stay at home mom is laundry and dishes. I love cooking. I just hate cleaning up afterwards. And I don't mind doing the actual act of laundry, like washing and drying, but it's the final part, the putting it, folding it, or putting it away, or even just sorting it into their baskets, and because now they're older, to for them to put it away. But it always is one of those things that I can do it in like 90%, and then I don't like completing it. Was my favorite part of being a stay-at-home mom. My favorite part of being a stay-at-home mom is when my kids were younger, and even now, that they needed me at home if they were sick, or if something at school happened and they needed me to pick them up, or just being there when they got home, so I can comfort them if they were having a bad day, or that, and not having to worry when they got sick of what we were going to do. Like when my oldest was born, we had daycare, and if she got sick, either my husband or I had to figure out how to stay home on, at a moment's notice to be with her. So, also my favorite part of being a stay-at-home mom is I got to see my kids grow up, and I got to see all of their first steps, first potty, first words, first everything. While a lot of my friends who had to go back to work, or chose to go back to work, or whatever, missed a few of them. So um, it's kind of a good and bad thing too. So, um, what is my least favorite chore? Okay, apparently, again, it's laundry and dishes. It's always Mount Washmore of dishes and Mount Washmore of laundry. I swear that dishes and laundry, especially socks, go and cut socks, hide in my house, and cutlery, especially forks and spoons, somehow go places. I swear my kids sometimes when they're scraping the plates in the garbage that they're also throwing the cutlery out because we just got new cutlery for Christmas. I got my husband cutlery for Christmas. Yay, very romantic Christmas gift. Uh, but because we were losing cutlery, and I'm like, we should have enough. Where is this cutlery going? Now, it might be still in their kids' lockers or my husband at work or whatever, but that's um, that's my least favorite chore. Um, what's my favorite chore? I love cooking. I absolutely love cooking. I love searching internet, searching Pinterest, looking at my cookbooks, finding recipes. I love trying anything new. So I like finding recipes that we like to eat in restaurants and find recipes for them to make them at home because I love trying to do a different cuisine. You know, I'm not necessarily a meat potatoes type of girl. Like we like doing Indian and Chinese and everything. So my husband likes all that too, but he also likes his meat and potatoes too, which I find a little bit on the boring side. What time do you wake up and what time do I go to bed? Well, since I worked nights for many years, like 6 years, 7 years, and then I had babies who were like I worked during my pregnancies, so they were up at night and they slept during the day. They didn't sleep well during the night, so then they when they were babies, my last feeding was at midnight, and then about 4 to 6 o'clock in the morning they'd wake up, have a feeding, they'd go back to bed until about 10, 11. So I can't go to bed unless I'm extremely exhausted before midnight, 1 o'clock the latest, and I'm up at 6:30. Even on the weekends, if I don't set the alarm, my body, my internal clock, does like 7 o'clock, or I have to get up to go pee. And then once I'm up to go pee, I'm like, well, may as well be up because I'm just going to go back to bed and not sleep. So that's my thing. I go to bed about midnight and I get up at 6:30 during the week so I can get my kids and hubby off to work. And everybody's usually out of the house by 8. My kids' school starts at 8 and we live across the street from the school. And my husband leaves for work somewhere between 7:45 and 8:30 on every given day. Oh, I was using my laptop as my light source because we also like our house fairly dark, even with our lights on. They're yellow lights. It's not very bright for other people, but that's what my family likes. Do you put anything on in the background when you're cleaning, etc.? I always do. We have a Google Home here. I got one for Christmas that I put in the living room. And my girls got one for Christmas. We had one before downstairs, so I always play on Google Play music, 80s rock or 90s rock, or I'll let them spin the wheel of music, or I'll choose like a Bon Jovi channel or Def Leppard, AC/DC. I love having music. It tends to drown out the noise in my head of all the different things I have to keep in my head and helps me focus. So if I have music going on that I know some of the words or most of the words are, even if my words to the songs are wrong, I can focus on the task of washing dishes and stuff, and time just seems to go by, and the task that I think might take half an hour to an hour gets done in half the time. If I don't have music playing, or sometimes I'll play YouTube shows in the background, usually of the channels I like just to see their vlogs or whatever. I don't have to actually see what's going on, but I like to hear it. If I don't have that going on, things just take longer and I get more distracted by, if I'm starting to do dishes, I'll see something that's supposed to be put away somewhere else. I'll leave that room, go there, put that away, and then, oh, I see something else, I'll go over there. And then at the end of the day, I haven't done anything that finished complete. I'm easily distracted. Do you get dressed every day or do you stay in PJs? I'm honestly, if I don't have to leave the house, I'm in PJs right now. I'm in my these polka dot PJs, or I have what I call a house dress. Like in the summertime, it's like a sundress that I've had like some stains of coffee or paint or whatever. I have another dress like it's a gray dress that I've dyed my hair with. So and I've painted walls with. So I'll wear that around the house. It all covers all body parts, and if I have to answer the door, I'm not completely embarrassed or I'm not exposing myself, which I don't want to do. But on days I have to go out, I definitely get dressed. I brush my hair. I don't wear makeup. I wear lipstick and mascara maybe at Christmas if we go to a Christmas party or something like that. But I'm not a big getting dressed. Like this is about as fancy as I'll get. I'll wet my hair and get to kind of curl, and that's about it. Or I'll do a French braid. When I go out to appointments or whatever, I'm wearing leggings or not jogging pants. I tend to keep those around for the house. Leggings or jeans or shorts. Like I do wear jogging pants shorts. So like they're already pre-made like that. They're not like jogging pants cut. But that's what I wear. That's what I wear in the summertime, and in the wintertime I wear leggings or jeans. How often do you do your hair and makeup? Honestly, I brush my hair every day. I don't do makeup. I wash my hair because it's thick and curly. Like you can see how thick and curly it is. I wash it about every 2 to 3 days. If I wash it too much, it gets all really dry. But I always brush it and use a pick through it. And that's about it. I lately been putting cream on a bit, like just normal, like Skin So Soft or other facial, just regular cream, because my face, I've been finding in the wintertime it's so dry here. And on my hands, because they get really dry. But nothing fancy. I just don't really do fancy. What is your trouble zone in the house? Honestly, the whole house. No. I thought having teenagers, that would be more helpful. Honestly, no, they were way more helpful when they were 3, 4, 5 years old and wanting to help versus now as teenagers. They have other obligations of getting good grades in high school and studying and stuff like that, and doing their chores or doing because that's the thing, we didn't really have complete set in stone chores. It was more of like I asked them to do stuff and they did it. And now as teenagers, they're kind of balking at it. So it's usually just me doing everything of four people making a mess and me basically running around after them. So sometimes I'm just doing the basics, but my biggest problem zone, I think, would be, again, the two things I hate doing is laundry and dishes. So the kitchen and the laundry room are my biggest things, and also the basement, because everything that I don't know what to do with gets kind of thrown in one spot in the basement, and at some point I go and deal with it, but that doesn't happen as often as it should, if I'm going to be honest. How often do I get distracted? As you can see with this video, about 4 or 5 times, or every 2 to 5 minutes. But honestly, I get distracted a couple times an hour. Usually it's if somebody's asking me a question while I'm doing something, I will stop what I'm doing and answer them, and then I forgot what I was doing. Like I've gone into rooms planned to do something and forgotten when I go, so I have to go back out of the room and go back in to figure out. I'm strange like that. What is your favorite way to have me time? Honestly, it is taking a nice hot bath, whether it's with bubbles or essential oils or bath salts. I love going in the bath. I bring my phone with me and I watch YouTube or I listen to audiobooks. I don't have it in the bath. I have it beside the bath on the toilet seat down. I have put a towel down so it's not all gross and stuff like that. But that's my me time. And when I'm having a stressful day, I'll just go there and hopefully nobody comes and bugs me. Another thing I like to do for me time is, which I did more when I had more stay-at-home mom friends that right now they've mostly gone back to work, was to have lunch once in a blue moon or once a week, or coffee, go to Tim Hortons and grab a cup of coffee and chit-chat. That's about it. When my kids were smaller, we'd go to the park or the play groups. That was, the moms got together and then the kids kind of played and they were all good. What is your never-ending chore? I'm going to say again, dishes and laundry. Dishes and laundry, dishes and laundry, dishes and laundry. I swear, I wish that they would make virtual clothes that you put a chip in and you had some sort of force field and it would change your clothes so you never actually had to wash them, but you'd be protected from the elements, but you'd have undergarments so you'd only have a whole bunch of undergarments to wash and not all these different things. So I'm just glad that I'm not very OCD on laundry, because I kind of wash everything together, and then once my whites are kind of looking great, then I'll do a load of whites with bleach. I kind of just, hey, clean clothes, that's what I'm aiming for. How often does my husband chip in? Well, he works long days, so he doesn't get home till about 6, 7 o'clock at night, and then we have supper. So, during the week, there's not a lot of chipping in, because we're just he comes home, we eat supper, I make sure that supper is ready for when he gets home. We have some family time, watch shows. He sometimes falls asleep on the couch because he's just exhausted and he has a fairly stressful job. What he does do, though, is he handles all the finances, paying all the bills. He sets aside money for my groceries and stuff like that. So that's what I'm in charge of. He handles all the finances, and he does tech support because he handles anything to do with the computers and TVs and all that stuff. And he usually does all the major school callings, like if we have issues with the kids' IEPs or want to talk to the teacher. He's a manager in the government and stuff, so he has all that good people skills and the good manager language versus me as a mom. Sometimes I get emotional and I might say things that really should be said in a better way. So he helps out that way. As for other things, when I've been away, he's managed to handle everything, getting the kids to school, meals, and stuff like that. So he can do that. I just usually choose to do it because it's usually just easier, and it's my way of kind of showing I love him too. But he does help out, especially on the weekends. He will help try and get, the hardest part is just getting the kids motivated to do their share. If they did their share, then there wouldn't be as much of an issue. But them being teenagers, they'll just bring stuff and drop it on the ground, and then it just adds to the pile of mess or trouble. When do you find time to do chores? Well, now that my kids are at school, I do the chores during the day when they're at school. Also, I do them in the evening after they go to bed or after supper. I'll do some, or I start some in the morning, like when I get up at 6:30, I'll start the dishes or that. When they were smaller, I did nap times. and at night when they went to bed. What else? How do you balance being a homemaker and doing YouTube? I've only been doing YouTube for now a year, but and it's been more of a hobby. Only recently have I really done more stuff in the past, say, 6 months. I spend a couple of hours doing, like, I'll videotape mostly cooking stuff that I'm doing anyways, and then I'll edit it at a later date. So I haven't been very good at managing my time very well. So I'd say I'm doing 50% chance of doing it successfully. It's a little bit difficult, especially when I have technical difficulties and I can't do anything until hubby gets home at night, and then if he's already tired, because I don't know a lot about the computers and stuff. Like, I know more than the average Joe, but the computer program I have, all I know is the basics of editing. So I should really watch more YouTube videos on how to edit YouTube videos. What is your favorite room and why? Actually, my favorite room is the kitchen because it has the food and I like cooking in it. So when it's organized and clean and I have counter space and everything like that, I absolutely love it. If it's not, then it gets frustrating. What is your least favorite room? The rec room in the basement. We watch shows down there on the couch and stuff, but everything just gets all piled up like a mess or whatever there, and everything in the storage part gets like falls over or gets like piled up of the to do later part. Like, it's not just me putting stuff there to do later. The kids, my husband, everybody just puts stuff to do later, and nobody does the later. Kind of out of sight, out of mind. So that's my least favorite. And also my garage. My garage is a mess too. Do you find you have your home reflect your personal style? No. My home kind of is eclectic in a sense that it's like grandma meets preschool meets thrift store meets IKEA. Because I inherit, like, my mom passed away when I was 21, so, and her parents passed away about 6 years or so earlier, so she inherited a lot of their furniture, so I got that furniture. And then, so I have, like, grandma's furniture, literally, and stuff, and being a stay-at-home mom, my husband has one income. We've done a lot of thrift stores or free cycle, actually a lot of things like this couch here. We upgraded our old couch when we moved here, but we've had this about 10 years that we got for free from free cycle. We got this and the armchair and the coffee table that this is on, and 2 end tables, all for free, through free cycle years ago. So most of our furniture we've either got from free cycle or we got from IKEA, like we have shelves, and our bed we got from like, I think, Sleep Country. So only thing that we've got new are TVs and electronics, as that's my husband's hobby and career too. So and I used to supplement my kids' education at home with stuff to help fully engage them in their work. So I still have a whole bunch of stuff that my kids are now teenagers, and I'm still just getting rid of a bunch of stuff that was kind of like grade school. So, and some stuff I keep for nostalgic reasons. So the playroom has now been turned into a crafting room for the girls and I, but it's still a work, in progress. And what does your home smell like? Usually whatever we're having for supper. It usually smells like food. Sometimes it will smell like some candles, or I like little wax melts. And I really like especially around Christmas time, I like the pine ones, the ones that smells like Christmas trees. Um, but it usually smells like food, so it smells like usually like meat cooking, or um, if I'm baking, chocolate chip cookies, or if I'm making Indian food, it's going to smell like curry. It's going to smell like curry for a day or so. But it doesn't smell bad, but it just smells like food. So usually people, if they ring the doorbell and they go, "Oh, what's that smell? It smells great," That's what kind of smells like. And that's about it. So I'm going to um, tag a couple of people that I think that might like to do this homemaker tag. So the first person I'm going to do is I'm going to tag Angela. I'll link her channel over here. I'm also going to tag Darlene from A Peek Inside. She's a stay-at-home mom. And I'm going to tag Sensible Living Money Mom, Dawn. So I'll tag 3 moms that I know that might want to do this collab. So everybody have a great day. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your kids while they're young, as they're cute, and they can be annoying and that. But as they get older, they get teenagers and they're still annoying, just not as cute sometimes, or they talk back. You spend all this time on their babies, can't wait till they talk, and then you spend the next 16 years going, just be quiet. So, bye everybody. Have a great day. Please click like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell, please, and comment below. Bye.